A Panhandle woman is now facing a murder charge after the man she stabbed died several days after the initial attack. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, a 49-year-old Chappell woman accused of stabbing a man last month now faces a charge of first-degree murder. Court records show that Susan Glenn's initial charge of first-degree assault was amended to a murder charge on Friday. An autopsy conducted by Dr. Peter Schilke on victim Robert Mick showed that his death was homicide based on autopsy results, Mick's medical history, and photos of the weapon used in the assault. Glenn allegedly stabbed Mick outside of a trailer home in Chappell on January 13th and fled before being arrested later that day. Mick died at his home 4 days after the attack. In a hearing on Monday, District Court Judge Derek Weimer set a February 21st preliminary hearing on the murder charge. If convicted, Glenn would be facing life in prison. Well, finances for the Scottsbluff County's detention center appear to be stabilizing. That was the message Monday at the end of the county commissioners meeting. Management accountant Lisa Ryan told the county as a whole it's about 47% of spending for the fiscal year, while spending at the jail is still running a bit above that level at 52%. Ryan says the issues of payments for federal prisoners is improving, which was a part of the revenue issues faced by the jail.
You know, we send our claims in. We are just waiting for the federal government to be back in session for them to probably click the "this is an okay claim, pay it," and here it came. So Heather said she knows that it's coming and we'll be here tomorrow, I think she said. So if they do shut down, we'll probably be in the same situation. It's not like we don't think we're going to get our money. We're just going to be delayed.
Ryan noted jail officials are working to bring in more revenue through housing more female inmates from Wyoming and taking part in a pilot program involving Nebraska inmates who may be work release eligible. And the Scottsbluff City Council on Monday evening approved the city's 1- and 6-year street improvement plan. With only one item on the 1-year plan, Public Works Director Mark Bohl told the council that finishing the 42nd Street project was the only street project they had scheduled for 2019.
And we're up to the village. We've got through their driveway. So our sanitary is complete. It ended at Ruger. And so we'll carry Storm all the way to 5th, and then we'll go 200 feet all three directions when we get to 5th. On the dirt, all four. But that'll be the only one on the 1 year this year.
The 6-year plan includes a variety of both city and contractor recommended projects that could be scheduled later in whatever year the council chooses. The council also approved a letter documenting the city's match commitment to the Nebraska Department of Economic Development if grant funding is approved for the 23 Club Revitalization Project. In other action, the council reluctantly approved a work order agreement from Tri-Hydro Corporation extending the completion date from March 1st to December 31st for site assessment and investigation of 5 potential sites for a new regional landfill. Well, straight ahead, another chilly day across the region, but is there any warm-up in sight? Well, Boyer's got your comprehensive weather forecast right after this on KNEB.TV News.
At Platte Valley Bank, we understand that you have a busy life, and that means you don't always have time to come to the bank. That's why we offer user-friendly online and mobile banking with features such as iPay, recurring transfers, and mobile deposit. So you can bank how you want, when you want to. Whether you prefer to bank in person, over the phone, or online, Platte Valley Bank makes it easy to take care of your finances.
No matter what job I've got to do, my John Deere 5E tractor can do it all. Whether I'm cutting, moving feed, or building a fence. Using my 5E means my work gets done faster at a price I can afford, and that works for me.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stcenturyequipment.com.
One of the biggest events of the year. It's the 34th annual KNEB Farm and Ranch Expo, February 8th and 9th at the Scottsbluff County Fairgrounds in Mitchell. Show hours are 8 to 6 on Friday and 9 to 3 on Saturday. Free admission and free parking, and it all starts with a free breakfast on Friday morning from 8 till 10. For more information, including a complete list of vendors, log on to kneb.com. The 34th annual KNEB Farm and Ranch Expo in Mitchell, with your trusted voice in agriculture, KNEB.
Arby's 2 for $5 mix and match is here for a limited time. How limited? If I tell you, will you still come right now versus putting it off until oops, the deal is over?
Arby's, we have the meats.
For sandwiches.
This is KNEB.TV weather from the Arby's Weather Center. Arby's, we have the meats.
Going to be looking at cloudy skies across the region. Can't rule out a flurry tonight as temperatures cool off into the low teens. It's been kind of a chilly day today. I haven't been able to warm up as much as we're kind of on that boundary line, but we're going to be even sharply colder tomorrow and even into Thursday. Some of the coldest air we've had since really back to start the new year coming here into the region. We are expecting widespread snow. 2 to 4 inches looks like a really good bet for most of us across the region. And it's going to remain cool on into the weekend and really into early next week. Only hit 23 degrees yesterday. We stayed on the cold side of the air. It was in the 40s in portions of eastern Wyoming yesterday, so it really just depended on where you were at. Morning low of 12 yesterday. We didn't move a whole lot. Nothing in the rain gauge for the month or year. We're at a trace officially for the month and about 600s there below normal. 44 in Denver right now. It's 34 in Laramie. You can see that milder air here off to the south and west. We're on the boundary line. 8 in Rapid City, 10 in Norfolk, 8 right now in Sioux Falls. Look here in our region. Temperatures 15 in Valentine, 22 in Mullen. Warm that up to 34 in Kimball, 39 over in Cheyenne, just 24 up in Chadron. Winds are out of the east, southeast at times here, and then back more to the northeast in a few locations. Generally, though, out of the east, southeast, in that 5 to 15 mile an hour range, more like 8 to 12 for most of us. And that's dropping wind chills into the single digits. Valentine at 3, 9 in Gordon. We're in the low to mid 20s for wind chills here in our area. Even warmer over around Cheyenne where it's 33 for a wind chill reading there. Let's take a look across the area tomorrow. Partly cloudy skies, 14 when you're getting on the bus. Heading home with some snow showers. It'll be about 9 on the way home. Yeah, temperatures are going to fall tomorrow. It'll be warmer in the morning than it's going to be later on in the day, and we'll be dealing with some snow here across the region. We do have winter weather advisories posted for our area. A large portion of the area, all of Cherry County, Grant County, down into Garden County, and then into the rest of the Panhandle, with the exception of Dual County. All the Panhandles in this winter weather advisory. The eastern counties of Wyoming as well. Goes through the day tomorrow on into Thursday morning at 5 a.m., although I think most of the accumulating snow should wind down tomorrow night across the region as snows taper to flurries. Tonight we're going to be dealing with a few off and on clouds, maybe a snow flurry or a snow shower, can't rule that out, and it's going to be a little chilly out there, especially off to the north. 1 tonight in Chadron, 9 in Torrington, 2 in Lusk, down to 8 in Alliance, 0 in Gordon, but still 18 tonight in Cheyenne. Tomorrow then, by mid-morning, we're going to start to see the snow and the winds really increase across the region. Snow will fill in throughout the remainder of the afternoon and evening hours, and then it'll slide off to the east as we get into the overnight hours. Those winds are going to be out of the cold northwest, and that is going to make temperatures feel even colder than our high temperatures tomorrow. These are highs now, only going into the single digits and teens. 21 in Cheyenne, the warmest we can find, 12 in Torrington, 4 up in Chadron, 3 in Gordon. So it is going to be sharply colder across the area. How much snow are we expected to get? Well, here's your 5 different forecast models. You can see this RPM model, certainly the lowest. Everybody else, though, looking like that 1 to 2, up to maybe 4 to 5 inches of snow. I think that 2 to 4 inch range, probably where we're going to come in here across the region. And again, as you can see, these are 5 different forecast models. Where we ultimately end up, we're going to have to wait and see. But it looks like most everybody picking up somewhere in that range of maybe 2 to 4 inches of snow for us. We're going to go officially at 3 to 6, 2 to 4, 3 to 6 across the area. That should cover most of us. 3 on probably the higher end of the low end. 2 to 4 looks pretty common, I think, for most of us here across the area as we look at the next 24 hours of snowfall. A few flurries are possible tonight. 11 tomorrow. We will turn cloudy and snow. Heaviest in the afternoon. 14, that's going to be a high early in the day. We're actually going to fall from that into the single digits, as you saw on the way home from work and school tomorrow. And then we're bottoming out below 0 tomorrow night. Highs only in the teens Thursday. We'll be back below 0 again Thursday night. Into the upper 30s for the first day of the K&EB Farm and Ranch Expo. Low 30s on Saturday. We may fluctuate a bit on temperatures through the extended forecast. Lows in the single digits every night. Highs maybe upper 20s and low to mid 30s. And that should take us through the early portions of next week.
Arby's 2 for $5 mix and match is here for a limited time. How limited? If I tell you, will you still come right now versus putting it off until oops, the deal is over?
Arby's, we have the meats.
For sandwiches.
Who is Hydrotex? Hydrotex manufactures and distributes high-performance lubricants and fuel improvers. We've been helping customers improve their operations for over 80 years with products made in the USA. We sell directly to customers and cut out the middleman and offer excellent service and value. Our products last longer and work better so that you spend less time maintaining equipment and more time making money. Whether you're in a factory, farm, fleet, or food processing facility, Hydrotex can help you. Visit hydrotexoil.com or call 308-635-8162. Welcome back. Gering will head back to the drawing board in the search for a new finance director after the initial response to the opening was deemed unsatisfactory. Gering HR Director Tammy Cooley says the number of applicants for the job was lower than expected, so they'll take a break and repost the position sometime in March. She also said that Gering did not use a search form for the finance director position this go-around, and that could be a possibility the second time around. Longtime Finance Director John Mejia was not reappointed to the position during the December 10th council meeting. Well, Western Nebraska Community College President Dr. Todd Holcomb is one of 18 community college presidents in the nation to receive the Shirley B. Gordon Award of Distinction this year. The award is given to college presidents who have shown strong support of student success by recognizing academic achievement, leadership, and service among high-achieving students. Holcomb will receive the award at the Phi Theta Kappa annual convention in Orlando this April. And a 22-year-old Wyoming man was sentenced yesterday to 40 years in prison for killing a 19-year-old Cheyenne man while robbing him of marijuana and cash. Armando Ramirez Serna pleaded guilty back in October to interference with commerce by robbery and use and discharge of a firearm during and in relation to a crime of violence causing death. That was part of a state plea agreement. Now, he was arrested back in Kimball County more than a week after the murder of 19-year-old Justin Robinson. Well, straight ahead, Shabella Guzman will be in with a check-in on Ag News. Don't touch that dial. KNEB.TV News will be back right after the break.
Regional West is one of 3 Level 2 trauma centers in Nebraska.
We have all the resources here 24 hours a day to address any traumatic injury.
From emergency medical services to advanced medical imaging and surgery, to acute care and rehabilitation.
It's comforting, though, that if an accident happens here, our families, our friends, our neighbors, and even we ourselves will get expert trauma care and rehabilitation services right here at Regional West.
With Viero's entertainment trifecta package, never miss the big play. Work on becoming the new and improved you, or invite friends to compete in the game. Get the power of free. Get 2 new lines of HD Plus and internet service, and we will give you Sling TV, an Air TV player, and a big screen TV, all for free. Get the entertainment trifecta package today. Viera Wireless, keeping you connected to the content you love.
This is KNEB.TV Ag News from the Western Hearing Clinic Ag Desk. Western Hearing Clinic, the Panhandle's choice for better hearing, helping you hear what matters most.
February is here, and the Western Sugar Campaign is drawing to a close. Jerry Darnell, Western Sugar Vice President of Ag for the South Region, says the factory is running ahead of schedule.
We're just about to complete the 2018 campaign. We should have about 2 weeks left of processing here at Scottsbluff. We're pretty much on track for what we'd predicted. We did move a few more beets over from Colorado to help the Fort Morgan factory, but right now we're still on track to finish right there at the mid-month.
The Torrington Western Sugar Factory is also almost complete and will shutter its doors the first part of March. Darnell says at the end of February, the beet contracts will be signed for the season.
We had our meeting this year and we decided to put the planting allocation at 81%, so that is 3% less than what we had last year. We're just trying to get the year complete and start processing juice here at Scottsbluff factory.
The factory also makes pressed beet pulp, which is used by some livestock producers for feed. Those contracts are signed during the summer.
Think a utility vehicle should do more than take you places? So does Kubota. That's why our all-new Sidekick is built to do it all. Climb more. Tow more. Go more. Cross over to more today. Take your Kubota Sidekick home with no money down and 0% financing for 36 months.
Your local Kubota dealer is Sandberg Implement in Gering.
It's a friendly town, that's for sure. Not too big, not too small. Seems like everybody knows your name.
We stick together through thick and thin. That's the way it's always been. 'Cause where we live is still our claim to fame. We love this town, this grand old town. There's not another town like this around. We've got it all right here in our own backyard. We love this town. We love this town. We love this town.
Well, let's take a look what's happening on today's community calendar. That's a look at today's community calendar, brought to you by First State Bank, honoring those who give back. Nominate your community champion at fsbcentral.com.
Find out what convenient really means at the Western Travel Terminal. Start with our great selection of food and drinks, from for real milkshakes and fresh brewed coffee to snacks and hot food. Next, check out our beer and spirits with their everyday low prices. Finally, let us work for you with our full-service gas station and automatic truck and car wash. All this can be found at 822 South Beltline in Scottsbluff. Western Travel Terminal, your convenient shopping, restaurant, and full-service gas leader.
It is never too early to start planning for retirement, and working with an experienced financial advisor can put you on the right path.
At Platte Valley Investment Center, our team of financial advisors will work with you every step of the way to maximize your retirement income.
Call me, Jody Rosiska, or Rick Morehouse, financial advisors, to set up your free, no-obligation consultation.
Raymond James Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA SIPC. Life well planned.
And finally tonight, U.S. Senator Ben Sasse is bringing a special Nebraska guest to tonight's State of the Union address, McCool Junction High School athlete Noah Lambrecht. Sasse says Lambrecht has a powerful story, as he was born with major heart issues, has undergone multiple open heart surgeries, and has asthma. Now, he is a member of his high school cross-country team, but due to the medical condition, he's oftentimes the last to finish races. Sasse says that Noah's persistence shows grit, heart, and his story makes Nebraskans proud, and that's why he invited him to the State of the Union address. President Trump will deliver his State of the Union address at 7 p.m. local time. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you here next time.